played there. I know like everybody's. I mean, there's a lot of live albums at the Viper Room, and the sound's good. It's always like I'm always just just smushed between a bunch of people and like sweating and but I don't know. I just trying to think, but as a musician, it's got to be great though.
The sound was awesome, man.
Oh, first time I went there, Primal Scream.
Why does that sound familiar?
Primal Scream is an English band, but they're like, because I have some friends that used to play there. There was like a regular house band. Like, oh, there's a special guest coming, and it was Primal Scream from England, and they jumped up and they were like in the they had a whole '90s thing where they had like all these rock bands that would like kind of play funky.
Okay.
Like Happy Mondays, Stone Roses, and they were kind of in that scene.
Stone Roses is fucking awesome.
But they kind of transcended it, and they were kind of going through like a rock phase.
Oh, okay.
And then they kind of went to they've done all sorts of things. So anyway, so like the first time I was there, I was like, it's great that Primal Scream's here, but I just can't move and I can't. But whatever. Anyway, I digress. So you're into the real blues. You go beyond just like Stevie Ray Vaughan. You go like,
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Well, Stevie Ray Vaughan's great.
He's the fucking man.
But you hear like some of these blues players, you're like, they never went beyond it.
Yeah.
Like they just did Stevie Ray Vaughan's like, okay, that's it. Like they never heard of Robert Johnson. They never heard of Mississippi John Hurt.
That shit is metal as fuck.
It really is. They never heard John Lee Hooker. They never heard these guys.
Yeah, dude. Muddy Waters,
Johnny Winter, any of these guys.
They're fucking hardcore.
Yeah.
Another dude who played until he fucking croaked, Johnny Winter.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and that guy was hardcore. That's an albino playing blue. You know Johnny Winter?
No.
Albino, yeah.
You gotta excuse me.
I gotta write down all these blues artists for you.
And you do have to excuse me because I did grow up in the backwoods of fucking Alaska, So
well, my dad's a blues guy. That's one thing that we like bonded over. We used to go to blues shows and we listened to blues stuff, and we really bonded over that. I guess we were both really morose motherfuckers, but we just love the blues. We love blues music.
Yeah, introduce it to me. I'm definitely down.
Buddy Guy, Johnny Winter, John Lee Hooker. This guy knows better than I do. He's probably played with all of them.
I think you guys have like a good little connection here.
Well, it's the blues.
Yeah.
We're talking about the blues.
It's fun. It's fun to listen to.
Right. Well, I mean, some of it is. Some of it's pretty like.
No, I'm saying your conversation.
Right. And so I just wanted to see how because I'll be honest, and you tell me because you're a guitar player, and this is my opinion, and I'm going on so many tangents these last 2 weeks. I don't know. They tell me they keep saying that like John Mayer is a great guitar player. Mm-hmm. I think he's a good guitar player. I don't think he's great. I listen to a lot of guys like him, and to me, he's okay, but I don't get the real blues from him. Do you agree with me on that?
Oh, that's a hard one, bro.
I think he's a really good singer-songwriter, and he's good at what he does. Yeah. As a guitar player, I remember I saw him on the Grammy Awards. He played with Gary Clark Jr.
Yeah, I missed that. It sounds good, though.
Gary Clark Jr. was fucking shredding.
I love Gary.
Oh, he was amazing. That's another, Gary Clark Jr.
I love Gary.
And John Mayer was doing it, but it wasn't the same. It was kind of lame. And I could tell he's schooled. He knows what he's doing. He studies Stevie Ray Vaughan, but I don't think...
Yeah, Stevie Ray Vaughan's guitar tech.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
He does the same rig.
Yeah, I'm sure he does, but I don't get the blues from him.
Yeah, dude, you fucking nailed it, man. Like, he went to Berkeley and shit and fucking kicks ass and music and knows all his chords, but yeah, it just doesn't give me the eggplant emoji.
Right. But as a singer-songwriter, I can see why people like his music. He's not a bad. He's a talented guy and a talented guitarist, but not a great guitarist. To me, you know who's great. Speaking of blues guitars, another blues guitarist, Jeff Healey.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck, dude. Robert Randolph, fucking great. These are more modern guys. I'm gonna write this all down for you.
I've heard the names, some of the names. Yeah.
Jeff Healey was blind.
Yeah.
And he plays guitar like weird, like upset. Instead of bending the notes like this, he would bend them like that. And amazing. And the guy passed away, and people forget him.
Yeah, that's true.
Except he was in Roadhouse. He was in the movie Roadhouse. But that first album he put out was amazing. Dude, that's a player.
Yeah, Jeff Healey.
I mean, you know, that's the other thing. Like, you know, but you say you have respect for, you know, Joe Bonamassa and Derek Trucks and people like that, and I think they're good. I think they're good, but there's some people that just, like you said, give you the implied emojis, like like you're like, yeah, those guys are good. Let's say Jeff Healey, you're like, oh yeah, Robert Randall, oh yeah, Gary Clark, yeah, Warren Haynes, yeah. Exactly. We're gonna write all these down. So, and I'm glad that you segued for me about the Berkeley thing.
Yeah.
Because you went to Berkeley School of Music.
Yeah.
You are a study guy. Did you know this?
Yes, I did know. I did know that.
He told you that.
No, I creeped on it.
You creeped on
social media and found that out.
Yeah. So how was that? And where was that?
Boston.
Boston. Okay.
Yeah, and you know,
why is it Berkeley if it's in Boston?
Yeah, you know what? It's just because these dudes, Lee, Burke, two dudes, they like made Berkeley. You know, I looked it up myself because I was like, what the fuck, after a while, too. Yeah. But different from the EY, you know, like Cali.
Right.
But, dude, it's just like, you know, it just didn't really seem like anything at the time, but, like, it just follows you forever. I only went there for 2 years because I was like, all right, I'm cool. I'm ready to work for a label and start teaching and do my own thing and my own music. So I went there for 2 years, but it's just like, it just seems so mundane and unspecial, but, like, dude, it's like the magic keeps paying off. Later.
Well, the connections you make.
That's the thing.
But also the discipline.
And the discipline, because I didn't know, like, all that stuff. Like, I started to understand it more once I repeated it, like, 10,000 times.
Right.
And I was like, that's what that fucker was saying.
Right.
And I wasn't really understanding. And, you know, like, my boy, Joe Stump, who's my mentor, like, he comes out to the Rainbow because he's in Alkatrazz now with Graham Bonnet. So, like,
Alcatraz, the Steve Vai, Ingrid Malmsteen.
Yeah, exactly, because he's like an Ingve fucking shredder.
So he's got to do all those licks that Ingve and Steve Vai did.
Yeah, dude.
And that's not easy.
Yeah, dude, he's fucking cleaner than Ingve, honestly, man.
Really?
He shreds so.
Ingve's pretty clean.
Yeah.
You know Ingve. You don't know Ingve Malmsteen?
I don't.
You're into metal and you don't know Ingve Malmsteen?
I don't know who he is.
Ingve Malmsteen.
I'm not a fan. I don't know.
Ingve Malmsteen is like, no. Ingve Malmsteen is like, even non-metal people know this guy. He came out in the 80s. Like,
okay, again, in the 80s, I was in.
I know, I understand. But he's still popular, especially in Europe.
Right.
Like,
but I'm not in Europe.
But you remember, like, I mean, you've heard like Van Halen was the fastest, and you know Steve Vai. People are like, oh, he's faster. This guy's faster. Either one of them.
I'll check it out. But I didn't grow up like other people. So I grew up like when there was electricity sometimes.
Right.
I lived on a float house in the middle of Alaska.
Anyway, so
excuse me, audience.
All right, so we'll hook you up with all these blues names and Ingve Malmsteen. I guarantee Grandpa has no idea who Ingve Malmsteen was. The funniest thing about Ingve Malmsteen was I read that when they were replacing guitarists in Perfect Circle, they were considering Ingve Malmsteen.
What?
Yeah.
He's like, yo, play this ethereal fucking delay.
Yeah,
piece, dude.
Like the dude, like the guy who's the main guy, the guitar player, was like, I think he wanted him, and Maynard's like, I don't think so.
Oh, Maynard fucking cartwheel.
Yeah, or there was something, or there was some money issue. I don't know, but
that's crazy.
How crazy would that have been?
Yeah, dude, like that story, like Van Halen, EVH was like, yo, man, Sammy Hagar's out. I'm getting my boy Chris Cornell. And it's like, dude.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like, how are you going to do like songs that are like so deep to like, I got my toes in the sand and all I need is
But you know what? I could see that sort of because he does have that high range like Sammy Hagar.
He really does.
Like he wouldn't be good on and then when Gary Cherone came in, he sang like
Gary
that
instead, yeah.
But he sang in that high range, which was annoying.
Yeah.
That wasn't like his natural voice.
Yeah.
We're talking Van Halen.
Yeah.
You heard of them, right?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway,
I heard of Van Halen.
Right.
VH.
I didn't know he was trying to get Chris Cornell. That would have been weird,
dude.
But I mean, honestly, he's better, but the high voice with Hagar is kind of similar. Yeah, that's not that big a stretch. Anyway, we're talking fantasy man. Anyway, let me translate all that from metal to our audience. Your friend and mentor is in a band called Alkatrazz.
Yeah.
That Steve Vai and Ingve, you know Steve Vai, right? Mm-hmm. And Ingve Malmsteen were in. Two of the fastest guitar players ever in the world. So to replicate that, he's got to be amazing. And you're saying he's faster and cleaner than the guy that's supposed to be the fastest and cleanest guitar player in the world.
Exactly. He's fucking smokes him. He's like way more laid back and chill, and like has like way more like just like down to earth. Like we'll just buy you beers, or in my case, like water.
Yeah, good.
And he'll just be like,
Yeah. Wow, it's. I'll have to come down and have him buy me a beer. That's great.
Yeah, he'll be back.
That's. I didn't know they were still around, Alkatrazz.
Yeah, dude, this is their comeback, man. They're gonna kill it.
I guess so. Now, how far did you go into the shredding? Because I know you're into the blues.
Dude, not far, man.
Yeah.
Like, fucking Dimebag, which is like slow compared to like a Tosin Abasi, who's like changing a chord every second.
Right. I mean, because when you're in Berkeley, I don't know, because you were in Berkeley later, but I remember like when I was, people I know from Berkeley or that go to Musicians Institute, people like that, they're shredders. So you can shred?
I try to.
Yeah?
Like more like slower, like I said, like a Zach Wild, more than a...
Like you can do it, but you don't show off. If it's appropriate, you do it. But
yeah, because it's like I don't get into like the technical, like Paul Gilbert.
Right. Like if if they offer you to get for Alkatrazz, could you do it?
I don't know about that. Yeah, that's just like neoclassical, you know.
Right.
I'm just like more about laying into the groove, like
right?
Sabbath and Thin Lizzy, and I was in a Maiden tribute band.
Okay, so you can try a little bit.
Yeah.
So you're in Berkeley, the number one, or if not the number one, the top two places to study to be a musician. What is your curriculum for a day? What do you do? So now you guys are musicians, so you wake up at noon.
You wake up, you just like get blasted on weed, and then you go to ear training, which is like tough as fuck because you have to conduct and do solfege while sight reading at the same time, which really kicked my ass.
And this is I'm kidding about that. You're probably the first class is 8 or 9 in the morning, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So you just go right into there, and first you have to shit yourself because Aramark did the cafeteria, so they put like laxatives in there that like fucking make you blow your ass out.
Do they really?
Yeah, because they don't like cook the meat all the way, and then they put laxatives in there, some kind of thing makes you just blast your ass, dude. I started this page. It's not on Facebook anymore. I got taken down, but it's called like the Berkeley Blast, or like I love Berkeley blasting, because everyone knew what I was talking about. Okay, I was like, dude, don't you?
All these big musicians and John Mayer, and they all had the same diarrhea. Yeah. Like
okay, so Charmin
is that supposed to wake you up or?
Yeah, I guess you're so fucking pumped. You're emptied and light. You're light on your toes.
Right.
And then you're doing your ear training and harmony classes.
Now you're doing that. This is what I'm curious about, because I see classical conductors. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. What are they doing?
Dude, they're just doing like a 3D representation of the riff. It's fucking trippy as hell. So they're just like playing the riff, and then there's like a change.
So it's not just mad. It's not just like random, like.
Like they'll do like a cross when they're in 4/4, and then if they're like Dream Theater as fuck, then they're like triangle 3. You know what I mean? They're just like changing it up.
Now, when you see like Gustavo Dudamel or one of these guys that conducts an orchestra, you know what they're doing?
I mean, I try to keep up. It's just like you can understand some shit, but it's like, I respect those guys a lot more, but it's like I apply all that jazz and crazy arranging theory to like rock stuff.
Well, you probably looked at them before you went there, like, what a bunch of jerk-offs just fucking waving a baton, and now you know what they were doing.
Oh, you know what, dude? I think so.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it like that, but now it's like, you do have more appreciation. It's not just fucking dancing.
Yeah, I thought it's like, okay, I'm just kind of, all right, here's the tempo, and then bang, and I just thought it was like that, but there's something to it, I guess.
That guy's just waving a stick around.
Okay, so you do the composing and the musical appreciation, then what's the next class?
Yeah, man, so it's, you got all that, like, hard-ass shit. Once that's out of the way, you're like, all right, you got to hit the bong again and then go blast off for lunch. So you're just like, all right, I'm ready.
Right.
And then now the classes start to get better. So
maybe if it's a really bad day, you don't hit the bong, so then you could skip lunch.
Yeah, dude. Sometimes you would have to, or just like, just do whatever you can.
Right. Okay, so after lunch.
Yeah, so I'll be like, okay, schedule's getting more fun. So now we're going to Shred Lab with Joe Stump, the Alkatrazz Cat.
Right, okay.
Jeff Beck Lab, Jimi Hendrix, like Guitar Effects Lab.
Okay.
So like the dude that owns Moog or Mr. Moog. He comes in, he's like, listen, fucker, You show me how to like turn the knobs and on all.
Oh,
all
that's
the
that's
effects.
wild. Yeah.
And we're just like fucking around with every effect.
Right.
And it's just like pro music was what was like my degree thing or whatever program.
Yeah.
And I was like, you get to pick what you want to do. So I was like, this pertains to my path.
Right.
I want to do these certain things.
Right.
And yeah,
You learn how to do Pro Tools. You learn how to do
exactly
it.
recording, music therapy, teaching.
Music therapy?
Yeah. Yeah, people just go in and they just like play music for people. It just like heals them.
Oh, wow. After diarrhea, I would imagine you need it.
Oh, dude, you're just like, oh.
Anyway, Hannah wants to get off the subject. I can see her trying.
The sound effects are killing.
Yeah.
That's not for me. He's the one over there. But any other superstar teachers besides the Moog and?
Oh, dude, my teacher for guitar ensemble was guitarist from Supertramp.